Hey, sweeties, let's talk about kitchen tools. That's right. I'm going to give you my top 20 kitchen tools, essential kitchen tools for the home cook. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what we need to really get going and cook some delicious meals at home. Let's get into this. But first, please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell. And now let's get into this list. So there's plenty of stuff that you can fill your kitchen with. Pots and pans and air fryers. You know, I like an air fryer. Multi-tools and pressure cookers and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to focus now on, some smaller things, some everyday things that you can add to your kitchen tools to really step your game up. I've got my notes here so I won't forget anything. So the first thing that's on my list is a mandolin. Yeah. Let me give you a close-up look at that. Let me give you a close-up look at the mandolin. It's got a guard here. So you put your food inside. I'll give you a demonstration. You slide that back and forth. And you cut your vegetables, usually vegetables, cucumber, radish, whatever it is, great for salads or onions and shallots. You slice that and it cuts it perfectly even, same size, so quick. Please get one with a guard and use the guard. I cannot stress that enough. Use this guard to keep your fingers safe. You don't want to use this without the guard. It's bad news. It's a great tool, but you can hurt yourself. This one is from Pampered Chef. I got this from a Pampered Chef party that I went to. There's a lot of them that's available. I'm not sure, because this is a couple years old. I'm not sure if Pampered Chef still makes this model. I will put a link in the description box for the items that I'm showing. And if I can't find the same item, I will give you a comparable item, a link to a comparable item. Large storage containers like this one. This is the 6-quart size. This is a Rubbermaid one. In professional kitchens, you'll see a Cambro brand containers, and that's where I first saw these types of containers. They have measurements on them so you can see how much is, inside. You can know exactly how much you have. So this is the 6-quart. I have also the 8-quart. I keep my flour in here, sugar, brown sugar, all that kind of stuff in my pantry. I keep rice in these. They're great for being able to scoop right inside and measure out instead of trying to measure from the bag, and that can be a pain in the neck. So I love these things. They're also good if you like to brine your meats, chicken or pork or all that kind of stuff. You want to put them in a brine and have a nice tight fitting lid on that and put that in your refrigerator. This is great for that. Them tongs, tongs. That's right. These are tongs with a silicone tip. And that's important because you don't want to scratch up your pans if you have like nonstick pans. You want to use something that has a like a silicone coating. These are from OXO Good Grips. They're very sturdy, and they also have the silicone grips on it as well. And they lock in place when you put them in the drawer. I use this OXO Good Grips vegetable peeler. It's a swivel peeler so that this little blade here swivels like that, and you just peel whatever your carrots or potatoes. I think these types of peelers work the best. I know a lot of people like the Y peelers, which I don't really care for. These makes quick work of all your vegetables. So I swear by this. I even use this to shave Parmesan cheese like over a salad. So it works great for that. I use this quite a lot. Chef's knife. Now, you're going to need several knives, paring knives, serrated knives, but the chef's knife to me is key because, you use it for chopping your vegetables, cutting up your meats. Just, I don't think I go through a day without chopping an onion. or smashing that clove of garlic and chopping it. So a good sharp chef's knife is key. This one is made by Meeson. I've got a lot. I've got a whole drawer full of knives. And I usually just order an inexpensive knife off of Amazon. And when I ordered this one, I mean, the difference when you're chopping, this knife glides through your food. I mean, I still use plenty of other knives, but I really do love this one. And then you can also get it in different colors on the handles to, match your apron if you like. Well, along with the knife goes the cutting boards, and specifically, this heavy, color-coded plastic cutting boards. So to try to reduce the chances of cross-contamination, I use red boards for only cutting raw meats, green boards for cutting vegetables. You can buy sets. These I bought years ago. I think I got these from Restaurant Depot. So these are made for a commercial kitchen. So they're very large. These are probably about 11 by 17. I like a nice, large, sturdy cutting board because then you don't have your chopped vegetables rolling all over the place. And if you're doing cutting up a whole chicken, you can fit it nicely on here. If you're cutting a beef chuck into cubes for your stew, you got plenty of space. And these are dishwasher safe, which I love because I always feel like, especially when you're cutting up a chicken, I like to put it in the dishwasher on sanitize mode. I mean, it makes me feel better. Is it clean if you hand wash it? Absolutely. Can you sanitize it with bleach? Absolutely. But I do love putting these in the dishwasher. So make sure when you're purchasing them, if you want to put in the dishwasher, make sure it can fit in there. Check the measurements. And there are some color-coded cutting boards, maybe not quite this size, but they sell them in sets. They even sell it with like little tabs on the top that have like fish, beef, like meat, that kind of thing on it. Knife sharpener. Yeah, you have to have a nice sharp knife. And when you're cutting something with a dull knife, you are using much more force to cut that thing. And you have a greater chance of slipping and cutting yourself with that dull knife because you're putting so much pressure on it. A sharp knife just glides through food. Now this is an AccuSharp knife sharpener. They're inexpensive. I think this cost me about $10 or $11. I just looked on Amazon. I purchased one in 2008. I think I've had mine before that. I know I purchased one for my dad as well. And you can buy replaceable blades. There are mixed reviews on it. I first saw this on America's Test Kitchen, which made me, look into buying it. And, if America's Test Kitchen says it's good, it's good. So I trusted that. And I purchased it, and I've used it for years, and I love it. It literally takes, shaves a bit off of your knife. So if you have very expensive, fine, Shun Japanese knives that are $300, $400, $500, you're not going to want to use something like this. If you have your, inexpensive $10 knife from Amazon, this is perfectly fine. This knife I showed you earlier from Meeson, I bought it on sale. I think I paid $45. I have to check. But so it's not super expensive, but it's a good quality knife, but it's not super expensive. I would use this on this. I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, if I was buying those very fancy high-end knives, I might think twice and go either send them out for sharpening or use that whole sharpening stone system. But this, quick, easy, inexpensive, and it gets the job done. So that is the AccuSharp knife sharpener. And if I give any prices right now, remember prices vary, depending on when you're watching this. So the prices are not guaranteed, but that's that. Where are we now? Instant read thermometer. You want to, especially when you're cooking proteins, chicken, beef, all that kind of stuff, cook it to the proper temperature. I mean, for several reasons, most of all for health and safety reasons. You don't want to undercook your chicken, especially. You want to make sure that you're killing all that bacteria. So you're cooking it to the proper internal temperature. So you're going to use this and insert the tip of that into your meat, your protein, and it gives you an accurate reading. And it even gives you an accurate reading if you flip it upside down. So whichever way you're using it, you can read the display. So this is the Thermopen by ThermoWorks. And I think as of now, you can only buy it through ThermoWorks. So, and this is not a sponsored video at all. This is just stuff that I like, that I use. And I've had other instant read thermometers, but I've found that the accuracy can vary. This thermometer seems to be very accurate. So I highly recommend the Thermopen by ThermoWorks, and I'll put a link down there. And they have a variety of it. Like this one, it costs, I think, about $89 at the time I purchased it. They have some other ones that I think they call it thermal pops with a little round top. And I think those run about $30 or so. I'll insert a picture and price. Remember, prices vary, but those are affordable and accurate. The half sheet pan. I have a ton of these. I use them for everything. Baking cookies, half sheet pan. Roasting vegetables, half sheet pan. You want to roast 2 chickens at the same time? Half sheet pan. I put these in my refrigerator, and I put, anytime I buy raw meats or if I'm thawing meats, I put the meats on top of this so that the sheet pan catches any spills. Because look, I don't want to add any extra cleaning to my daily routine. So catch the spills, catch the mess before they happen. And the sheet pan is perfect for that. This is an aluminum sheet pan. You can buy them in stainless steel. You want a sheet pan. Oh, was this reflective? I'm not sure if I shouldn't do that, right? Like an SOS. You want a sheet pan with a rim on it if you're going to be doing anything like roasting vegetables, because you don't want the juices to slide off. But yes, this is an aluminum half sheet pan. It measures about 13 by 17, 13 inches this way, 17 inches this way, and an inch high rim. You can buy it also in stainless steel. I know a lot of people object to aluminum, so they are available in stainless steel as well. Cook is a nice, big, deep skillet with a lid. Skillet with a lid. This one is the Ninja Foodi Never Stick Premium. I've been using this just about every day. This one holds 5 quarts, so a large capacity. I also use this Le Creuset. This is very heavy. Cast iron, enamel coated cast iron pan. It's got an enamel coating on the inside and the outside. I've been using this for over a decade, over probably more than 15 years. I have beat this pan up, like beat it up. And you can see the coating is not, it's discolored. It still works okay, but the food sticks in here a little more than I would like it to, but it still works really well. If I'm doing chicken and rice or something like that, and I want to do it in one pan, I'm going to grab one of these pans. You want something with a lid on it to keep that heat in. This one is made of anodized aluminum, so it has a non-stick surface. I've also used, I had the Caraway cookware set that had a nice 4.8 quart skillet with a cover, had a nice non-stick surface. I did send that back because the Caraway pan, they stained a lot on the outside. I'll put a link to that video in the description box or at the end screen so you can see my whole Caraway cookware non-stick, non-toxic set review. But I like that that set came with a nice large covered skillet because I am all about those one pot meals. Measuring cups. This is also, you need these smaller scoops and everything. The scoop measuring cups, that's for dry measuring, and the measuring spoons for your seasonings, your salt. Y'all know I don't really measure my seasonings. I just sprinkle it on. But, you know, sometimes if you're baking a cake, you want to make sure you have a teaspoon of baking powder or a half a teaspoon of this or that, whatever. But so measuring spoons, measuring cups, and a liquid measure. This is a 4-cup liquid measuring cup. This is also by OXO, the Good Grips line. You know, it's a very good ergonomically designed products. So I use a lot of OXO Good Grips. Not sponsored, but it could be. Hit me up, OXO. But I love the OXO Good Grips line. Let's talk about the Microplane. I use this all the time. It's great for grating cheese, finely grating cheese over your pasta dish. It just rains fine shreds right over your plate. It's perfect for ginger, grating ginger to get all of those fibers out. I peel the outside and just run a little knob of ginger across your Microplane. And this is perfect. You put that right into your marinade and it just melds right into your sauces. Zests for citrus zesting, oranges, limes, lemons. It just takes the zest off and not the white pith underneath. A Microplane is actually the brand name. It's a zester grater. So if you're searching for it, you'll look for like a cheese grater, citrus zester. I end up saying Microplane a lot, no matter what the brand is, but Microplane is a brand name, not necessarily the name of the thing. It's a citrus zester grater. Now I'm getting carried away, but yes, mixing bowls in a variety of sizes and a strainer. Another OXO Good Grips product. What can I say? I do love these products. So you can use this to sift your flour and get out any lumps. You can wash your rice, shush it around and rinse it off and get that extra starch off the rice. But yeah, that works out well. Okay, I'm gonna add one more thing. I'm gonna add 2 more things. Wooden utensils and a metal like straining spoon type of thing. And that's it. Those are my last 2 additions to the essential items that the home cook needs. Wooden spoon, they work well also in your nonstick pans because you don't want to, you know, scrape the bottom when you're making your roux and you got to stir that flour and butter together on your pan. You don't want to scrape up the bottom of your pan with a metal utensil. You want to use a wooden utensil. And then if you're frying and you need to take anything out, what I've been using for years and years and years. Whenever you're taking something, like if you're cooking some vegetables in some type of liquid and you want to scoop it out and strain it out, let the liquid fall through, these work perfectly for that. They work fine for serving as well. These are things that I swear by. I'll put a list in the description box so you can see everything that I just talked about. Did I miss anything? What do you think should be added to this list of essential kitchen tools for the home cook? Let me know in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.